top 200 singers of all time. There's nothing quite like a Rolling Stone all-time list. You know what I mean? They're always a trip. All-time top 200. I like that. I like that Rosalie is on this list at all, honestly. I really like Billie Eilish's voice. I know it's not for everybody, not everybody's sort of thing. I'm okay with Billie Eilish being on here. I can see some people not, but Frank Ocean, I'd put Frank higher. 190 seems just criminally low. Not even the top 100. He is one of the most like iconic R&B voices ever. So I think Frank being that low is kind of insane to me, honestly. Karen O, as far as like standing out goes, like one of the most iconic rock voices ever. So Karen O deserves higher for sure. Jasmine Sullivan, my girl's top 100. So this should be higher than this, but I think Frank Ocean being like, as far as like in Jasmine Sullivan being, as far as R&B voices go, I'd put them higher than SZA, but, you know, I love SZA. As much as I really, really like SZA, I think, like, Frank has the more iconic voice of the two. Lana Del Rey at 175. I've already seen some artists on here that I would have higher than Lana, but, yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with Lana being higher either. Chris Stapleton. Yeah, put Chris Stapleton in the top 200. Definitely one of my favorite country voices. Definitely one of my favorite country songwriters. I'm happy to see Chris Stapleton on here at all. I think that's cool that Chris Stapleton's on here. Carrie Underwood at 158. Carrie Underwood obviously has a great voice, but it just feels like a weird pick to put Carrie Underwood above so many of these other people. Robert Smith is the goth Sade. Sure, okay. Yeah, Robert Smith, goth Sade. Absolutely. Absolutely. No, but I love Robert Smith. Okay, 157, Robert Smith, great. Love The Cure. Hell yeah. Bono 140, sure. I mean, yeah, Bono obviously belongs in the top 200. I'm a U2 defender myself. I am not liking the R&B picks being this low. Like, there's so many like iconic R&B voices that aren't even cracking the top 100, and I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Lauryn Hill, not top 100. That's crazy to me. Axl Rose. Fuck Axl Rose, dude. I mean, okay, I guess he does have, like, an iconic voice. You can, I mean, listen, Appetite for Destruction is a good record, I guess. I feel like that's too high. Sure, put him in the top 200, but honestly, I'd even put Bono above him. I would. I like Bono's voice better. Jeff Buckley. Give me top 20. Give me top 20 for Jeff Buckley. God, love Jeff Buckley. I'd put Jeff Buckley higher. Courtney Love? Courtney Love above Jeff Buckley? Okay, if we're even just talking rock vocalists, Courtney Love above Karen O is fucking insane to me. Hole's fine. Hole has some good songs, but I think Florence should be way higher. If we're just talking voices, God, what an icon. Literally one of the best voices ever. Literally, Erykah Badu is the neo-soul vocalist in my eyes. Erica should be higher. The Weeknd not cracking the top 100 either is kind of strange to me. I don't know how to feel. Okay, fine. Put Eddie Vedder. Put Eddie Vedder in here. Yeah, sure. Hell yeah. Okay, listen. I mean, if we're talking vocal ability, like maybe I see not putting Taylor Swift in the top 100. There are so many voices on this list already before Taylor that I put above her. I'm mad at Taylor's placement given the other people before her, but it's also kind of weird for Taylor Swift to like not be recognized as like a top 100 singer. If we aren't making a list based off of vocal ability, if we're talking vocal ability, like pipes, I don't think Taylor Swift should even touch the top 200 of all time. I think she belongs to the top 100 if we're talking like iconic singers. Oh my God, it's Usher, baby. Oh my God, this is stressing me out. This is stressing me out. Why is Usher? Lauryn Hill does not belong below fucking Usher. Usher's vocals are good, but like, what the fuck is going on? Selena, yeah, top 100, absolutely, top 100. Happy to see Diana Ross in the top 100, absolute icon. Okay, and Rolling Stone is all like surprised Pikachu face that people are like, oh yeah, they do whack placements for clicks. But like, how else do you explain this? 86? Like the most iconic pop singer of all time? Amy Winehouse, higher. Higher. I love Amy's voice. Chris Cornell, yes. Give Chris Cornell his flowers, I swear to fucking God. Bruce Springsteen, the boss. Okay. Obvious top 100 pick. I understand that one. Rihanna has an amazing voice. I mean, like, just I think Rihanna has one of the most improved voices ever too. Like, the vocal ability that she's had towards the end of her career is absolutely insane. I think her vocal performance on Love on the Brain is nuts. She's above a lot of people on this list that I don't think that she should be, but cool to see Rihanna on here. I just think this is a little bit of a nuts placement to me. Bjork. Get my girl Bjork top 50, please. Okay, 64. Okay, she's on the list. Bjork is insane. What an insane, one-of-a-kind vocalist. Bjork should be higher. Surprised Rolling Stone didn't put Robert Plant in the top 50. George Michael is not above Robert Plant or Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, George Michael, rest in peace. Love Wham. Huge Wham guy. But no. Kate Bush, absolutely. Absolutely. Kate Bush, I don't think 60 is a bad place for Kate Bush, I don't think. Lady Gaga, yeah. Yeah. I mean, there are people that I would not, I don't, there are people on this list that I think Gaga shouldn't be higher than, but yeah, sure. Yeah, Gaga, absolutely. Duh, obvious choice. Willie Nelson, but I think Willie Nelson is more of like a songwriter than like, I don't know, 54 seems too high as a singer. Mick Jagger's not above Robert Plant. I'll say it. Rock vocalist, Mick Jagger better than Robert Plant? No. Maybe stage presence, sure, but no. You know, I've heard that Sade's the soul Robert Smith. That's what I've heard. It's been going around. People have been saying it. Joni Mitchell. Okay, yes, Joni. Love Joni's vocals. Absolutely, top 50 for sure. Rod Stewart. Rod Stewart feels like a weird pick, but I guess I can see it. I'm not sure if I'd put Rod Stewart above so many of these people in here, but I mean, yeah, sure, if you want, I guess. James Brown? Yeah, 44, sure. Not a bad... Ariana's one of my favorite pop singers out there. I've listened to Ariana sing anything, but I do think that this is a weirdly high for an all-timer list. I don't know. Listen, I love Ariana's voice. I think that that's definitely my favorite part about her music is her vocal ability, and I love Ariana Grande vocals. I just think this feels a little crazy high given the people that are below her. That's a little nuts to me. Yeah, if we're talking vocal ability, sure, but if we're talking vocal ability, I'd put Jasmine Sullivan above Ariana, as much as I love Ariana's voice. Aaliyah, yes, Aaliyah. Love Aaliyah's voice. God damn, Aaliyah's so great. Hey, I love Kurt Cobain. I personally don't think you can justify putting him above Chris Cornell. If we're talking like grunge vocalists, I think putting Kurt above Chris Cornell is a little disrespectful. No, I think this is a little high for Kurt for sure. Tom York, 34 isn't that bad for Tom York. I think this is fine. Yeah, 34. That seems reasonable. I think that's correctly placed. Yeah, I think that's a good placement for Tom York. David Bowie, 32. Okay, let's see who's above David Bowie. Really, Paul McCartney? I mean, like singers like okay, sure. Adele, sure, if you want. Okay, we can put Adele in here. I think like it's weird, like the rankings of the modern artists are like weird to place how I feel about it, because I do think Adele is one of those iconic vocalists, but yeah, she's top 50. I think maybe 22 is a little high, but let's see who else is above her. Nina Simone is a top 20er, but I'll take 21. Elvis, fuck Elvis, honestly. I'm brave enough to say it. Bob Dylan's obviously a weird one, okay? Bob Dylan is obviously a weird one. This is just like, it's strange to even like think about. I don't know. I don't know if Bob Dylan would be like top 15 for me. Freddie Mercury, yeah, 14's not bad for Freddie, I don't think. Maybe top 10. Like, I don't think of the Beatles. When I think of the Beatles, I'm not like thinking like, oh, their voices are so good. I'm like, oh, their songwriting's amazing. If you're gonna put a massive modern pop star on this list, I think Beyonce isn't a bad person to be in the top 10. You know, again, it's weird to have like artists this high on an all-time list that are modern, but I understand why they're doing that. Mariah, yeah, calling her a top 10 vocalist of all time makes sense to me. Okay, Whitney Houston, 2. That means Aretha? They literally mentioned Aretha at the beginning, so Aretha has to be number 1. Okay, Aretha Franklin. But I don't have a huge problem with Aretha, but I would pick Whitney Houston as the... Out of this top 10, Whitney Houston's my number 1 vocalist of all time. No Hayley Williams, no Janet Jackson, no Gerard Way, no Julian Casablancas, no Justin Vernon. That's also weird. No Lil Yachty. No Yachty. It's about as chaotic as I thought it was going to be. They go really, really deep in here with stuff that I can't really comment on. I can't comment on like the 40s, 50s, 60s artists really at all. So I don't know. But the placements as far as like all the artists I know is kind of batshit wild. The top 10 wasn't that bad. But, you know, Michael Jackson, that's pretty fucking crazy. Janet Jackson, literally some of some of the exemptions of not even being on the list at all is the thing that pisses me off most about this list. Rolling Stone will be Rolling Stone. And I can't wait to mold at the next list that they make.